I went to the New Student Dialogue that was I'm Sexy and I Know It. And it was really interesting because I thought I was signing up to talk about why people think certain people are attractive, but it didn't end up that way. The classroom was really hard to find, and I went with my roommate, and we scheduled it on purpose. When we finally got there, we were all in a big circle, and we all had these pieces of paper that we were able to write all about ourselves, how we would describe us financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all the above. Um, so that was interesting only because we were just had to be like really honest with ourselves and with others that we didn't really know. Um, it definitely made us explore our thoughts and our feelings in a creative and authentic medium. Our leaders, I guess you would say, were really interesting because they were really passionate about the subject and we were not. And so it was very kind of awkward. Um, because a lot of us didn't take it seriously at first. And then there's this one exercise we did where different stereotypes were written up on the board, like black, white, sporty, thin, fit, Hispanic, and we had to go up there and write stereotypes on a sticky note, and then if we felt strongly that a sticky note was false or incorrect, then we went up and we took it off. And so a lot of people got really feisty and sassy, especially when it came to like blacks. There were stereotypes like athletic or illiterate or something like that. And then when it came to Hispanics, it came to like construction workers or teenage pregnancy. And then for whites, it was stuck up or rude. So it was interesting to see what different races thought about each other and the way that we perceive our own race. And then it came to different stereotypes based on the outward appearance, like thin or fat. And so fat was lazy, but really someone could have diabetes. And then thin, some people said anorexic, but really a lot of people just have a hard time gaining weight. So it was definitely interesting to see like how passionate people really are towards their stereotypes. Did get a little awkward only because no one in that room really knew each other. I and my roommate and I both, we were kind of quiet at first, and then we ended up sharing our feelings whenever we felt strongly. But other than that, we were observers rather than communicators. We weren't really reserved, but we didn't say a whole bunch. I definitely think that this new student dialogue is a component because not only do you get to meet people, but you also get to see like different people's perspectives. So whenever you go to high school, you probably grow up in the same area as everyone else, and everyone else has the same culture or feel or morals or values. So when you get thrown in a classroom with different exercises with people that grew up in different places, it's interesting to see how people were raised. I really honestly don't think it's very useful in our university experience because we can get this experience otherwise, like in the dining halls, just having conversations with people and meeting others in our class. And to be honest, it was one of those things that had to get checked off a list. It wasn't exactly something I enjoyed or I would recommend to anybody else. But other than that, I got it finished. That's the good part. And other than that, it was pretty great. I'm only at 4 minutes, so I'm trying to squeeze another minute in. Active voices in our dialogue. Were there active voices? There were definitely some people that controlled the conversation, that had a lot to say. And they weren't exactly communicators, they were performers. And they just wanted, the overachievers that had a lot to say on purpose. It was kind of annoying because it drug out a lot longer than it was supposed to because these people wouldn't stop talking. But it's fine. It's okay. I didn't have a problem with them. I'm trying to think of the other things that we had to say. We were really strongly encouraged to talk about like where we were raised, and then like what portions of different characteristics have to do with us, like how important our religion is to us, or how important our outward appearance is to us, how important our financial decisions are to us, and like anything it was really weird to have to analyze ourselves emotionally too, because it asked us about like any like if we had depression or anxiety or an eating disorder, or if we had any handicaps, physical handicaps, like we weren't able to walk or couldn't see very well, even if you had glasses or contacts. So it was interesting to see like actually how many people are different, and the different handicaps emotionally and physically that everyone has that impacts them and affects them on campus and every day in their lifestyle. And we were able to kind of gain respect for each other and realize that none of us are super perfect on the outside or the inside. But other than that, it was a pretty interesting experience, and and it had nothing to do with being sexy and knowing it, which caught me off guard. It had a lot more to do with our physical appearance and emotional appearance, which was frustrating because I was really looking forward to seeing why certain people thought certain things were attractive. So, yes, I'm sexy and I know it. New Student Dialogue.